We live streaming.
We are.
Miss Carey says she'll be rolling in pretty soon, so
Yep.
I don't want any of y'all to now stay tuned because y'all don't think Miss Carey gonna be here.
She's gonna be here.
Miss Carey has a real nice following. All right, if y'all in the building, y'all gotta let me know. There he is. What's up, man? I see people in the building, but I don't know who's in here. I know Richard and Nettie on vacation down at Fernandina Beach. He saw me earlier today.
Okay.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah.
As soon as I get done with this dumbass bodybuilding contest, I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, Megan and I just got back
Mm-hmm.
this past weekend from being Virginia Beach last week.
I'm trying to go somewhere where nobody can find me. I'm gonna be gone for a while too. A minute. Let you know now. I'm gonna hitting me up talking about Boo Dolly and calling. Hell no.
You may have to go to another country.
This damn laptop staying right here. No laptop, no cell phone. I'm gonna be like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Be on the side of a mountain. Can't have no cell phone on the side of a mountain. Climb the mountain.
Decatur.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's greater. I spent several weeks in Decatur on one weekend. That's the kind of place Decatur is. You be there for 5 minutes, feel like you there for an hour. I mess around because I think that's where Miss Carey lives. She don't come on here and crucify me in a minute. Folks, we about to get started here in a second. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. I don't know if y'all know who Marlon Briscoe is. Y'all go ahead and Google who Marlon Briscoe is. Give y'all a little education tonight. Tom, what's up, Tom? Tom, I need to come see you. Man, it's been a minute since I seen a movie in the theater. I watched whatever that is on Star Wars on Disney today. Obi-Wan. I watched the rest of that. It was all right. I didn't really care for the ending. I thought they could have had a better ending. But, you know, I ain't ever really happy with a movie anyway these days, truth be told.
Yeah, I watched.
What's up? Goodwill saw Obi-Wan too.
I watched Obi-Wan. I thought it was okay.
You saw all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm weird about some things. And like in this instance, I like Darth Vader. I want Darth Vader to win. I don't like seeing somebody beat up Darth Vader and stuff like that. I don't like that. Top Gun was okay. And we talked about that on the show, Tom. I was just okay with Top Gun. I wasn't too thrilled. I'm a Star Wars guy too, Goodwill. I'm with you. I feel you. I'm a big time Star Wars guy. I can go toe to toe with the best of them. I can handle it. Never ever passed up a Star Wars movie ever. Oh, you gonna see him, baby? Better come on. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Somebody had a softball for breakfast this morning. Ooh. Look at that thing right there, boy. Good God Almighty. Look at that. Ooh. It's gonna be on, Sarah Beers. It's gonna be on next Saturday night. Actually, it's Saturday. They used to start these things at 7 o'clock at night. Now they do them at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The prejudging is at like 9 in the morning. I got to be there at 7:30. And then I know good about talking about implants. I know. I'm glad when people say that. I'm like, I am so glad that when you see that right there, you think that's got to be an implant, boy. Got to be. I ain't mad at you, good. Well, I love it. I love it. Like when people tell me I'm on steroids. I love that too. I'm like, it is so pleasing to hear that when you look at this, you think it's got to be some steroid. I love that. Love that. I just thank people when they say you got to be taking steroids. I say, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just because I'm walking around here looking like I stepped down off of Mount Olympus. Don't hate me. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Tell you that right now. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. I don't have these haters like Sarah Beers. I don't have these haters. Hateration.
Well, I'm gonna play the new theme song.
Yeah, y'all don't laugh too hard. I'm gonna be back here cracking up. Every time I see this, I laugh. Go ahead, roll it, Travis. We about to get the show.
Play the clock. Oh, you already know what it is, man. Ooh and J, they coming through. Straight no chaser. Straight from the hip.
Straight from the hip, don't need no script, just need a microphone. My man Coach Boo gon' take you to the entertainment zone. They got the stats of this and that to keep this show on point. And when we're done, we have some fun and rock this funky joint. So if you will, sit back and chill, give us a chance to show ya. If one of y'all would like to call, we'll talk just like we know ya. We take control, then start the roll, and then there ain't no stopping. It's time to dip straight from the hip. Hey, yo, let's get it poppin'.
No.
Miss Carey, I'm tell you right now, he got some bad pictures of me. I mean, they ain't really that bad. He just knows I don't like the pictures he has up there. But the pictures of you, man, them things, I got to make copies of them. I don't know if he did you like he did me, where he just knows those are the pictures you hate. Cause he tried to do that, man. I'm cool. I can live with it. But them pictures of you, Lord have mercy.
I only have one in there when I was like 15.
I hear you.
On the wicker chair. That's okay.
Just to give y'all a little background for I know we got a couple new folks in here like Tim Goodwill, who ain't here all the time. Miss Carey was threatening to not come back on the show if we didn't put her on the theme song. So Jason, and Jason's like, it's easy to fix. Why don't one of y'all just fix it? I don't have time, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Jason said, okay, you know what? I'll fix it. And he sure did.
It's all good.
And if you notice, there's no pictures of Jason on there.
Nope.
He just got the four of us. Big Irv ain't here today. So, but dude, I love that. I laugh every time I see that thing. If I'm in a bad mood, I just call that thing up right there, boy. Listen to it, because that thing is hilarious. Anyway, welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you live from the Imperial Palace on Black Mania. I have to fly up here every week to, Black Mania. Goodwill is, it's a planet of its own. And I had to come up here to do the show from here because all the Black Mania, not every Black Mania, since I'm the Imperial, guy up here, all the Black Manias have to watch this show. So that's why I have to come up here and the ruler of Black Mania. I have to fly up here and do the show from up here. But coming from deep down in the hood, I'm talking about Decatur, where we got Miss Carey. What's going on, Miss Carey?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's all good.
Miss Carey, now you took a little vacation last week. Where you and Chris Paul go?
I was in Indiana.
Oh, y'all went in there?
No,
For
I
those
wasn't.
who
in
don't
there.
know,
Chris-
Carrie and Chris Paul got a little thing.
I was
And
at Lucas Oil Stadium.
I'm telling you right now, if they had been playing, Chris Paul would have been having a bad game. Because every time Miss Carey disappears and goes out of town, Chris Paul is terrible. I mean, y'all spend a little too much time something. I mean, call it coincidence, call it what you want to. But I'm just telling you, it seems like that happens all the time. And then coming from parts unknown, we have no idea where this man lives. We don't have no idea who he is. We got Travis. He got that beard on. Travis's beard is one of those FBI 10 most wanted beards. You know what I'm talking about? Where he like, I do not want anybody to know. I mean, you have no idea. You could never look and tell what he looked like underneath there. Now, when last time you shaved that beard off?
Completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Give me a number.
2.
Just 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, go back and see when one of some of the crimes from 2 years ago. We're gonna figure out who the hell Travis really is, because that's what that is right there. That's that kind of damn beard. Anyway, what's going on, Travis? How you doing?
I was on the show when I didn't have the beard, so you saw me with it.
Yeah, I know, and you know what? Now that I remember that, I'm kind of glad you grew it back. I think it was worse without the beard. Travis, where you go last week?
I was in. My wife and I. We went to the beach. We were at Virginia Beach last week.
Okay. All right. I'm just letting everybody. I'm putting everybody on notice. After I do this contest next week, I'm going on vacation. Ain't nobody gonna know where I am. I mean, nobody up in Black Mania. Nobody. I'm like gonna disappear for a minute, and I ain't joking. I'm about to get the hell out of here for a little while. I just need a break. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the show started. Yeah,
I know, Tom, it's not, but we'll go with that with Coach. I
hate to start the show this way, but I have to get a condolences to a guy that few people know. And when I first heard this name, I stopped dead in my tracks. Marlon Briscoe. Now, to the average Joe, especially if you're not a football person, Marlon Briscoe, you probably never heard that name ever. I have a particular reason why I heard that name a lot, because my father, who was born in 1936, and you can just imagine how he was treated as a black man in 1936. Well, my father was always, he was that guy who was on the verge, just being a racist guy, just racist. Now, my grandmother, his mother, I don't know if there was anyone ever more racist than Frankie Dean was her name. And Frankie Dean did not like white people at all. And wasn't afraid to tell anybody she didn't like white people. I said, well, Grandma, I got friends that are white, and I'm telling you they are good. She said, no, baby, ain't none of them no good. Ain't none of them no good. Mm. So I'm saying, my father was like, trying to fight between that and fight for, what he knew was right and all that, being in the Air Force, being around people of other races all the time when you're in the Air Force. My father was like, listen, he just struggled with it. You can tell he struggled with it. Well, he always talked about Marlon Briscoe, because right around that time, my father was about 32 years old. Marlon Briscoe played in 1968, played quarterback for the Denver Broncos, and had a good season, everything else. But then the very next year, they wouldn't even allow him to try out for the position of quarterback. They played him the 1 year because he had to. They had to. But then after that, he left and went to Miami, where he was on several teams down there in Miami, including one team that never lost a game, didn't lose a game. The famed Miami team in, I think, 1970 or something like that. 77, it was early 70s, didn't lose a single game.
72.
So that's why when I heard about Marlon Briscoe, I just like, oh my God. Because, I never really seen anything about him on TV. And so, you kind of think like, that is probably lying about that. I don't know about her. I ain't never heard no damn Marlon Briscoe. Only person I heard talk about Marlon Briscoe was Daddy. And then when they said Marlon Briscoe, my mouth was just like, I was like, he's for real. It really is, dude. I know you say, well, you got the damn encyclopedia on your phone. I understand that. but I never really ever even thought about trying to Google the guy because I hadn't heard the name in so long. And then when I heard the other day, Miss Carey, it just caught me by surprise. But anyway, Miss Carey, did you hear about the passing of Marlon Briscoe? Did you hear about it?
I did hear about it. I didn't know who the man was. So
Yeah.
you're saying he was an African American who played NFL?
Yeah, NFL. And that's why my daddy hated the Denver Broncos. Hated the Denver Broncos with a passion because of what they did to Marlon Briscoe.
Okay.
And so, like I said, and there were other people who would tell me, yeah, they did him so wrong, they did him so bad, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Tim Goodwell said the 72 Dolphins that went without a loss. Correct. And he was a wide receiver on their team.
Yep.
So I am told, and I asked some people, they said, I don't think you'll ever find a picture of him actually wearing the uniform and the jersey of a quarterback when he was with Denver. You're always going to see him wearing that number 86 because I think Denver, if they had any pictures of him and whatnot, they scrapped them and did all that.
Wow.
So anyway, Travis, what you think about it? Have you ever heard of Marlon Briscoe?
Never have. No, never. Like same with Miss Carey. I heard the article, right? I saw the headline that he had passed away. I didn't know anything about him. I never know who he was. Didn't know anything, until just today, basically.
Yeah.
About who he was. Never.
Yeah, but it's a very interesting story because again, we always say, well, Doug Williams and we always go to those guys trying to make them be the first black quarterback ever and this and that and other. And I mean, it wasn't. It was all the way back to 1968 when Marlon Briscoe did it. So anyway, our condolences to him and his family. All right, folks. Has it happened yet? I've been at camp for the last 3 hours. Have they done something about Deshaun Watson yet? Has the decision come down?
No.
They're supposed to be doing it today. Travis, what do you think is going to happen?
So while we were getting ready, Coach, I was reading an article just 20 minutes ago, right? And the article said that they had a hearing and that they still needed more time. They're continuing the hearing or the gathering all information, right? They're doing it tomorrow too.
Who are they hearing? Who are they talking to in the hearing?
Deshaun and his attorneys, apparently.
Okay.
And they're still trying to gather more information. There's supposed to be a decision tomorrow, but there was supposed to be one today. So they pushed it back a day.
Ms. Carey, what you think?
I mean, I thought a year. I think it's going to be a year.
I think it is too.
Or further than that. I don't think they're going to be any less than a year.
I'm with Ms. Carey, and they said that the NFL claims now, because they've been so silent, but now news comes out that the NFL, when they first heard about this, said it was going to be a minimum of a year. And they said that they have held strong to that and not waffled at all on it throughout this whole process. Right. Now, why they just chose to report that now is beyond me. I mean, if you knew that, why didn't when people ask you, say, listen, it's going to be at least a year. I mean, I can tell you that right now. Yeah. So, y'all can go ahead and you want something to write about? It's going to be at least a year. So now that is it going to be any more than that? We don't know. But it's going to be a minimum of a year. Why is it so bad to say that? I mean, if that's what you plan to do, why didn't you just go ahead and release that a long time ago? The NFL does some of the stupidest stuff I've ever seen in my life. I mean, just stuff like this. They have made this an absolute PR blunder, just a straight up blunder.
Yeah,
because of the way that they handled it, and everybody. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous what you have to go through. When you're watching this story and trying to keep up what's going on. And I mean, I don't know if maybe they feel like they got to talk to the Browns or if the commissioner has that. Okay, what the hell? I mean, I would love to see what the process is around this. When they say they had, Travis just said they had hearings today. Who the hell is they? I mean, is Roger Goodell in on the hearings? Or is it just an investigative unit? I mean, or is he sitting there asking questions himself? I mean, are Deshaun them allowed to say anything other than the question that they're being asked? I mean, could Deshaun say, well, hey, I think that old man had something to do with it, the old owner. I think he had something to do with it. And that's what my next little topic is here. Do you think that this could be backfiring on Houston because now they have been named in the lawsuit for saying that they were not abetting him, but they said that they were, making it easy for him to do it, and that they knew about it. They knew that it was going on. What do you think, Ms. Carey? Talk to me.
I don't know, man. There's so many moving parts at this point, and all of us that are commenting on it are the blindest to it. Like, we've seen the least, right? Mm-hmm. But there are people who know the details, and I think that the NFL, by holding back on their decision, they really saved Houston more than they saved the next team, right? Because Houston was able to offload him. If they'd have said we're going to sit him for a year and a half or something, Houston would have never been able to offload him. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to get a year plus, really.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. But here's my thing. The plan was to do this, I think a lot of people will tell you, in order to keep Deshaun from leaving Houston. Mm-hmm. So that he couldn't get out of Houston. Well, he's out of Houston. So that's what I'm saying. So the plan didn't work. And now it looks like the plan's going to come back to haunt him. What do you think, Travis?
Yeah, I think once again, the NFL has just completely botched this, just like they do almost every single one of these cases. Not this specific type, but these kind of big criminal cases. Ray Rice is another example, right? So how they botch that. I think Houston is actually going to get some type of punishment. I don't know what it is going to be. I don't know, because from what I've read, Houston was helped in this, right? They set up the hotel rooms. They set up these massages. And they apparently, I'm not going to say they knew about it, but I think they had heard rumblings about it. So I think Houston definitely is going to get in some type of trouble. What you can do for them, I don't know, other than just take draft picks away. I don't think there's anything else they can do.
Well, they can make them pay them girls some money. That's what those girls' attorney wants.
True.
He wants them to contribute to the pot of money that those ladies are getting.
Yeah. Don't you think the Houston people are like, well, what about Robert Kraft? What about 2 years ago when they got this guy coming out of the thing with his pants down? You didn't do anything then, so you're not doing anything now, because everybody knows where the bodies are, right? And so you tell them you punish one, shit's gonna start coming out of the woodworks.
I hear you. Well, Miss Carey, like I said, it's gonna open up a Pandora's box, and I can't wait till it happens, because y'all know I'm next in line to get that job, Roger Goodell. I already told y'all that. I mean, they already called me a couple of times and talked to me about trying to, step on in there. But I'm gonna wait. I got too much going on right now. Damn, up here in Black Mania, we got some issues going on. I gotta go take me a vacation. I told y'all that. So I'm gonna think about it though. And if they get Roger out there, I'm probably I might take it. Miss Carey, what about it? You gonna go with me when I go, Miss Carey?
Listen, part of the issue today is that they don't have enough women up there to make the right decision.
Here we go.
So yeah, I'll come with you. I got a bag pack.
Here we go. There we go. Now talking about this women thing. Hey, Miss Ham. Speaking of ladies on the show, what you say? Not the same person on money. Okay. Tim Goodwell says not the same person on money, but I'm saying this, Tim. The money that I'm talking about is the Texans having to pay the money. Yeah. Because, like I said, if it's that they were enabling him to do this stuff, and if Travis just said what Travis said is true, that they were actually making the appointments and everything, man, it's about to be crazy. It's about this thing about the mushroom. And now see the NFL, I don't know how they're going to get it right now. Because when this thing mushrooms and it's like, okay, well, what the Texans, what's going to happen with them? Because they were part of this too. I mean, if you're a lady like Miss Carey and you say, well, damn, they making the damn appointments for him and everything. Knowing good and well this was going on, and they started making appointments, they getting ladies calling in and saying all this stuff and nobody's calling the police? Or, I mean, what's that all about? So, dude, this I'm telling you, I'm like Miss Carey. I think that it might be more than a year. And I don't know how that can impact the player. And when you sit out for more than a year like that. So he's already sat out a year. So this is like 2.5 years.
Let's ask Mike Vick.
Yeah, or you can ask Colin Kaepernick. Because like I said, he's falling off too, from what I hear from people who've seen some of his workouts or whatever. I think they would tell you too he's falling off.
I think it's going to be a year. I think it's just going to be a straight flat year suspension. But here's the interesting thing. He has once he gets this decreed of what his suspension is going to be, he has the ability, and I'm sure he can appeal it, right? And it'll go in front of somebody else other than this judge.
Well, what'll be interesting, we'll see if they allow him to play during the appeal.
Right.
Because normally when you appeal it, then they still let you play until you're proven guilty.
Exactly.
So that'll be interesting because this could drag out forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this could drag out a real long time.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. All right, moving right along. Let's hit the next topic here. Dan Snyder. This is interesting to me. And I'm glad I got you on there, Travis. That's why we have Travis on here. Travis, we need a European American consultant because a lot of times we don't have the wherewithal to understand language like this. Because I read today, Dan Snyder refused to accept a subpoena. Miss Carey, have you ever heard anything like that in your life? I mean, I need somebody black other than me to tell me they know a black person who refused to accept a subpoena.
What's that look like?
That they didn't get dogs and everybody go out and hunt that joker down to get his ass in that courtroom. I mean,
he said, I'm going to need somebody European to talk us through this one.
I got to have somebody explain the hell out of it to me. I guess if you have money, Travis, is it just people with money can refuse subpoenas? What the hell is that about?
Apparently, it's a new one for me too. If you got the money, apparently you can say no. Yeah, that's a new one on me. I don't know how that happened.
Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in the mood right now, just go out and start some shit. So they give me a subpoena. And then just be like, no, I refuse. I refuse to accept it. I mean, I just want to see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? I know that I might get hit with that stun gun for as soon as the words come out. You know what I'm talking about?
So here's the thing. I actually heard that he didn't come out and refuse the subpoena. That's actually the wrong terminology that happened. Okay. He didn't refuse the subpoena. What happened was, it just so happened that the week that his subpoena was supposed to be scheduled, whatever week that was, his lawyer is out of the country. And so his lawyer came back and said, I'm going to be out of the country, so we have to move the subpoena, and then gave them dates that it works for both of them to say, we can reschedule to X amount of date, but no one knows what those dates are. This could be 3 years from now.
Once again, this is news to black folks. You hear this, Miss Carey? He said that they said, so because your attorney ain't there, when will he be back? So we can just schedule when he's back. Let's just call us back and let us know when you want to come in with your attorney.
That's what I heard happen.
Yeah. I mean, my ass will be down there in the clink, locked up, waiting for my attorney or whoever the hell it is, or my mama to bring my money, whatever.
That's assuming you walk out.
Is that not crazy to you that you hear this kind of stuff? I mean, and I'm telling you right now, go to ESPN. I always look for top news stories for this week. That was on there, and that was the headline, exactly as I wrote it. Dan Snyder refuses subpoena. I'm like, what the hell is that? I mean, I'm like, these people have lost their damn minds.
It's like avocado toast. It ain't for us.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm with you. Anybody on here eat avocado toast? I bet Mr. Peavy eat avocado toast. I guarantee Mr. Peavy eat avocado. Well, his wife is white, so that's probably why. He probably has to. She probably make him eat avocado toast. So, no, I take it back. Sarah Beers. Sarah Beers is on here. I know she eats some avocado toast. But she's European American too, so she's an avocado toast eater. Anyway, guys, I said we have to talk about this tonight on the show. That's new to me about refusing subpoenas. What the hell?
So, Coach.
Don't try it.
Coach.
Come on.
I'm reading the article right now, and it says, quote, Mr. Snyder has not refused to appear for a deposition. The committee offered only one date, June the 30th, and Mr. Snyder's attorney is out of the country and unavailable on that date. Mr. Snyder's lawyer has provided alternate dates to the committee and looks forward to finding a path forward for Mr. Snyder's further cooperation and address remaining due process concerns.
Travis, I like that, Travis. You know what? That's what I'm going to do when they subpoena me next time and say, listen, I'm out of the country for the rest of the year. So y'all just hit me up next year and get with my attorney, and we going to straighten this shit out. Like a couple years from now, we going to get down to the bottom of this. But for next, what the hell is that?
Yep.
Like that's okay. Like that explains it. Does that explain it to you, Miss Karen?
No.
Have you ever? Everybody I know who has subpoena said, "Hey man, that man came by here today and delivered them papers and said, tell you right now, you better be there." And that was it. I mean, they had no choice. I mean, you sit back like it's okay for them to say, "Oh well, because your attorney's gone and because your grandma broke a toe." Yeah, I mean, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Subpoenas are normally like, you must be here, you must appear. If not, we will issue a bench warrant for your ass.
And they don't ever call you and tell you they're coming. This is how you know.
Thank you.
I deal with it. I deal with it with my job. Yeah.
Did you hear what she just said? Black folks know that police knock.
Yeah, you do. Uh-oh.
You know, somebody knock on your door, you go, oh shit, hell no, I ain't answered that door.
Everybody's eyes open.
I'm trying to tell you. That is just insane to me. I mean, the more you talk about traffic, make it worse. We're going to get off this story because I'm about to lose it on this thing. Did y'all hear about Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell talking about they're going to have a boxing match?
Next story.
What is that all about?
Next story.
What is that all about, though? I mean, why are these football players and they old beat up raggedy football players? Adrian Peterson should have stopped playing football 15 years ago. And he was still out there trying to do that. Now that that's over, why? I mean, do they not make enough money? I mean, do they have to try to go do that now? And wasn't Le'Veon Bell just playing football a couple years ago? I mean, I saw that too, and I'm just like, you know, these are those, you used to watch that TV show, say things that make you go, That's what I'm taking away that those guys are doing that. All right, last story, and I saved this for last for the NFL. What's going on with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, hold on.
Go ahead, Travis. Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm doing some live in-game research. You can reschedule a subpoena if you do it in X amount of days through the proper legal status, but it can only be if it's a disposition, not a trial, which this thing with Mr. Snyder is a disposition. So that's why you can reschedule it.
So what white dictionary are you getting that out of?
Lawyers.com.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I tell you what,
the black
I would advise
the black dictionary
people that look like this. People look like this right here. Don't try that. Don't try that.
Coach.
Tell you right now, tear gas and dogs. That's what I'm telling you right there.
The black dictionary is fuck around and find out. .com.
That's it. There you go. Exactly. I'm gonna tell you right now. I wouldn't try it if I was y'all. I'm gonna tell you that. I think the 49ers have totally botched this whole Jimmy G thing. They're in a situation now where Jimmy G, because his surgery went when it did, he's just been released to start throwing again. There's absolutely no interest for him right now by anybody. Nobody wants him. And so they might have to sign him. They're either going to have to sign him again. If they sign him at the beginning of the season, he's got to be there. They got to pay him his money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just think they botched it. I mean, number one, they botched it by announcing to everybody that we're moving on from Jimmy G.
Yep.
And moving to Trey Lance. You should have never came out and said that. Because now, at the end of the day, people are waiting for them just to throw Jimmy G in the trash can.
Absolutely.
And somebody's going to come pick him out of the trash can.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a whole lot of value right now. And that is a possibility. They might just have to release him outright and not get anything for him. So, is there a worse way that they could have handled this, Miss Carey?
Yeah, they could play him.
Well, that you damn sure right about that now. You touche. I agree, because you know I'm a 49ers fan. You know I can't stand his ass. I hate him.
Yeah, because people wanted him out last year, and they kept him and played him. So I think that would be the only way to botch this up any further. They're gonna have to face him. Nobody's coming to get him now. Now they know.
I agree.
Well, the only I agree, they completely botched this, right? Absolutely. The only way that the 49ers can salvage this is if during training camp a starting quarterback gets injured, season ending, and they have to go get a quarterback, right? Then Jimmy G's probably and maybe Baker Mayfield, maybe the only two that are out there, right? That are starter quality guys. That's the only way the 49ers are going to be able to get rid of him and get something for him of value. But yeah, they absolutely botched this. But that's the only way that the 49ers can make this work. But that means somebody's got to get injured.
Here's my thing. If you look around the NFL, just like Fitzmagic just retired a couple weeks ago. You know, I mean, that man, I don't even know how he ever even made it in the NFL. But if you look around the NFL, they got some old relics out there that you really don't even realize are still out there. I mean, there's a lot of old quarterbacks. And, they got Tony Romo sitting in the booth. Tony Romo said up until about maybe a couple weeks ago, his ass was still getting phone calls from people to try to come back. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Brett Favre didn't announce something just last year. What's the name? New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees. Drew Brees was threatening to come back. Remember that? Drew Brees was threatening to come back. I mean, it just seems like me that there is just a never-ending list of quarterbacks out there who either think they can still play or some executive out there in the NFL thinks they can still play. So, I mean, I just don't get it when you have, to me, a proven loser like Jimmy G. I mean, proven. And I'm telling you, it's so funny because Jason was like, oh, he ain't that bad. He ain't that bad. I said, Jason, he will cost us a Super Bowl. Cost us a Super Bowl. He will never win a Super Bowl for us. Remember the guy running wide open on the post, number 10? And Jimmy G overthrew him? I mean, that was Super Bowl victory right there. That would have won the Super Bowl. And I told him, this past year, I had no doubt in my mind Jimmy G was going to throw an interception. I told Jason, I said, he is going to throw an interception right here. I knew it because that's just Jimmy G. And why anybody would want him is beyond me, even if he was in the trash can, even if he was free, even if the 49ers say, you know what, man, we just going to cut him because we don't want to pay him this $21 million he's due or whatever, so we just going to go ahead and cut him. I'd cut him unless somebody pick him straight up out the trash can. And I think it's been horrible the way that they've handled this whole thing because they start off, made it sound good like, Yeah, they're gonna trade him, maybe get a couple pieces that we need, that kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. And now it's down to this. And I think it's just because they just sat back and let him just decide when he was gonna do his own surgery. I mean, no, dude, you need to get that surgery right away. I mean, our doctors, they sitting over there right now. All you gotta do is just go get checked in over there. They waiting in the waiting room, the emergency room for you right now. They'll do it right now for you. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy.
For some players, the sky's the limit. For other players, the limit's the sky.
Come on.
But
Reality.
this,
Look at who was the backup quarterback for the Chargers that they punctured his lung? What was his name?
I remember that.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
He can't get a position.
Can't get a job.
Pryor can't get a position.
Can't get a job.
They're like Alex Smith had to limp away. They were still trying to get this brother to play. He's limping away. Somebody would have signed him had he not retired. It's just for some players,
and I think that honestly speaks with what's going on. And there you go, Andy Dalton. There's another example. I think it speaks what's going on. I think there's only about 20 quality, not super quality, but there's about 20 viable starters in the NFL to play quarterback. Right?
I hope you don't think Andy Dalton one of them.
I didn't say Andy Dalton. But that leaves about 12 that don't have a viable, legitimate starting quarterback. And that's how you get some of these guys like Andy Dalton, like Jimmy Garoppolo, like Tyrod Taylor, that just kind of go from team to team to team because the team's just trying to find somebody. Right. And so there's always going to be a spot for a quarterback that has some type of talent, because the team that doesn't have a quarterback is completely dead. Right. If you don't have a quarterback, you're not going anywhere in the NFL. And if you don't have a quarterback, you're more willing to take a guy that has maybe some talent, but isn't all the way there, like a Tyrod Taylor, and Andy Dalton, or Jimmy G, to see if he can work for you. And that's how all these guys keep getting, picked up. And if not else, at least he's going to be the backup, because Jimmy G as a backup is probably one of the best backups the team could have, right? If your quarterback goes down. So,
he looks good on paper. I mean, it looks like that on paper, Travis. It sounds good. But when he actually plays, it's a whole nother thing. Yes, Ms. Carey.
So I want to ask a question. Who is if we were looking at the two, Cam Newton, Jimmy G, who's the more talented quarterback?
Go ahead, Travis.
Right now? Who would I want on my team? I would want Jimmy Garoppolo on my team before I took Cam Newton.
That's a tough question for me. What Jason say here? Stop putting Jimmy G in the same boat with Andy Dalton. Jason's Jimmy G. Jason's a closet Jimmy G guy. He don't like him either, but he defends him because he said Jimmy G ain't that bad.
I don't think Jimmy G's terrible, but he's not elite, but he's not bad. Like, he's better than Cam Newton.
I don't like him at all. Jason, do you think Jimmy G or Cam Newton? I know what Jason's going to say. Jason's going to say Jimmy G all the way. He mad as hell we comparing him to Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. At this point in time, I wouldn't take Cam Newton over Jimmy G.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay. I think
I'll admit that, because Cam Newton is garbage right now.
But like, you look at a team like the Saints, right? They have Jameis Winston as their quarterback. Who would you rather have?
Well, I would take Jimmy G over Jameis.
There you go.
Yeah, I would.
There you go.
I don't lie about that.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, right? They don't have a quarterback right now. The Browns, if
Jason,
Deshaun Watson doesn't play, they don't have a quarterback.
I agree with y'all, Jason. I wouldn't put him as bad as Dalton or Tyrod. I agree with that. But I still, and I'm gonna put him in the same place I've always put him, in the bottom echelon of the league. So if there's 32 teams, his ass is at least at number 17. At least. That's where I put him.
That's still 14 or 15 better than other teams have, right?
And that's still 16 away from the best. So like I said, at the end of the day, that's a whole lot. That's 16 more teams gonna whoop your ass, and you know that out the gate. So that's the way I look at it. I mean, and again, it just depends on who you are as a football team. Because you know what? A lot of these owners, they don't give a damn about winning no damn football games. They want to just be make the playoffs. They want to be considered legitimate. And you know what they want more than anything? That damn money. They want that money to flow. So as long as they get that, as long as they get their profit sharing and all that, they're gonna be good to go. So like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, some of those people don't even really care about that stuff. They don't care about winning. They don't care about that. Oh, Jason said Winston over Jimmy. Ooh, Jason, you just being contrary. Jason just being contrary, Miss Carey. He know good and damn well he don't want no damn Jameis Winston over Jimmy. Jameis Winston going at least a couple times a game be falling down and try to throw the ball up in the air and just cause a dumb interception. He gonna do that twice a game, guaranteed.
So is
I've
Jimmy
seen it
G.
too many times. Huh?
So is Jimmy G.
No, Jimmy G gonna do it somewhere else. Yeah, I know. 30 for 30. You right about that. You right about that. Jameis Winston had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I think the last year he played a full year. Winston throwing for 5,000 yards in a season. Oh, he's had some times. I'm with you on that. I got you, Jay. I got you. And Cam Newton was the MVP at one time. They ain't that anymore. Neither one of them are that anymore. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. They far from that, both of them. So, but yeah, I mean, and guys, I love the fact that we're debating this and talking about everything. But you know, there you go, Jason. Jason knows. I mean, Jason. Listen, I love my brother because me and him talk about stuff, and he is so passionate about everything. But at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, he'll think one way and I'll think another. And sometimes he wins, it's the truth. And then sometimes I win, it's the truth. But I'm telling you right now, on Jimmy G, I got his ass, Jay. I got him. I got him. Peg, Miss Carey. I got him. Jimmy G, I'm telling you, he played.
Okay, enough Jimmy G. We got 10 minutes. Let's go to the NBA.
He played just well enough, Miss Carey, to make you think that he could be good. And then all of a sudden, he just rip your heart out. Rip your heart out, Miss Carey. All right, let's move on to the NBA. Kyrie staying put. No La La Land reunion with LeBron. Miss Carey already shaking her head. Talk to me, Miss Carey.
I'm so tired of hearing Kyrie Irving's name.
Why?
Yep.
Why? Kyrie is the show.
So toxic. I'm over him. Like
Kyrie is the show. He is Uncle Drew.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He is a problem. Travis, what do you think?
Are you really surprised with the amount of money that he just got paid just by opting in? Like, it's ridiculous how much money he just made. And he's
36 million. 36. Got
Exactly.
36 mil.
If he would have went to the Lakers, they were saying he was going to make $6 to $10 million. So are we
This
really
year.
surprised?
Just this
Like,
year.
come on.
Yeah, just this year though. I mean, after that, it would have been name your price.
Okay.
Because if he'd have done what they expect him to do and win a damn championship, they'd have gave that joker the dog and they'd have put his name on. They'd have been the Irvings. I'm just telling you, they would have changed the damn name of the team. Because if they would have won with him and LeBron, I guarantee LeBron, you see LeBron's ass for 6 more years trying to win another. Minimum of 6 more.
Coach, real quick, and you say this all the time, but I'm going to if, and if, okay?
Mhm.
Ifs and ifs.
So,
there you go.
I know, but I mean, Travis, ain't nobody if more than you. And I know you ain't talking about nobody ifing. Because your ass, if we would have just done this, we'd have won the Super Bowl. If we had just done this and and if our guys had just had one more, if the referees had just done, man, please.
They still screwed us.
Damn, well, you ain't talking about me about no if shit. Anyway, my whole thing on Kyrie is his ass gonna come to work every day. I mean, if they don't have something in that damn contract to damn make his ass work, then shame on them. I be like, you ain't re-upping for shit until you tell us you come to work every day.
right.
And just because a tree fell in Brooklyn, your ass got to go see where it fell and who it fell on, or you heard that some blind lady is being mistreated, and now you guys go start a foundation. Dude, no. If you're not coming to work every day, you are done. That's what should that would be my first thing with him. I'm just telling you that right now, because Kyrie has issues about that, and I don't see how he can be a good teammate to anybody when he's doing that kind of stuff. So I'm all about that. I can tell you that right now. In the same token, Westbrook's Russ decided that he's gonna stay in LA. Now Kyrie got 36 mil. How much you think Russ got?
Russ got, didn't he get in them 40 something, right?
40.
Yeah.
Russ got 40, Travis. 40 mil for staying. So Russ said, y'all talking all this stuff about me going somewhere else. I'm staying right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to get this money.
I think I read that he was the lowest ranked point guard in when it came to field goal percentage for someone that had played, over 25% of the league or whatever.
Like
yeah.
Over the same period of time.
Dead last.
I believe it. I mean, listen, I'm not that big. I appreciate Russ for what he is and what he can do. I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm just not. I never have been. Even when he's with Houston or all the other teams he's been with. The Thunder, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. The Thunder. I wasn't a big fan then either. Yeah,
me neither. He doesn't play my style of point guard, but gets your bag.
It's because his name's not Chris Paul.
No, no.
And last but not least, John Wall. John Wall is headed to the Clippers, Miss Harry. Is that going to be any impact on Chris Paul and the Suns? And how's that going to play into this big old West race we got out there?
I mean, I think it makes them more formidable. We haven't seen John Wall play in 2 years, right? He played nothing last year and played a minimal the year before that. So it depends what he shows up at or how he shows up. But yeah, the Clippers were already decent. Remember, Paul George came back at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Kawhi.
Yeah.
Put those three together alone, and then they got that other guard that is a squirrely. I can't think of his name. The goggle guy. He's sharp too. I think they can create. And it depends on what the Suns are going to do with DeAndre Ayton and Al Bridges. I think they're going to create a problem if Wall shows up anything like he was 2 years ago.
Travis,
he's a bucket.
Yeah.
What do you think, Travis?
Yeah, the biggest thing with the Clippers, if they can stay healthy, right? Like Ms. Carey said, Wall's got to be there. Kawhi can't get injured again. But if they're healthy, they're probably a top 2 or 3 team in the West. I don't think Ayton comes back with the Suns. I think that ship's gonna sail. He'll go somewhere. I'm not sure where. But I think that threesome of Kawhi, George, and John Wall, that has the making to be a top 3 team in the West. So yeah, they're gonna be tough.
Ray Miller said that guy you think about, Miss Carey, is Jackson with the glass.
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah,
he's sharp.
Yeah. I disagree with y'all. I don't think that the Clippers are going to be a top 3 team in the West. I think that if right now I had to pick the top 3 teams in the West, I'm gonna go with the champs, of course.
Yep.
Obviously. Then I'm gonna go with Phoenix because I think Phoenix has even. I think if they can replace Ayton with somebody, but I don't like Ayton. He looks soft to me. He looks very soft to me. He reminds me of the way that Ben Cartwright used to play. It used to get on my nerves. Just like, dude, you too big to be playing like that. You ought to damn be out there ruling. And you look soft as damn wet bread out there. But anyway, so I would love to see him gone. So I would think that Phoenix again would be in the top 3. And then Memphis. Y'all keep sleeping on Memphis. Y'all keep on sleeping on Memphis and watch see what Memphis gonna do for y'all. Let John Morant be healthy the whole year. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you,
I don't have a problem. My problem is Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix is going to be nearly that good with no Ayton. I think that's going to be a big loss for them. And
I don't think
they
it
got to
will
pay.
be. I mean, don't get me wrong. They need to replace him with somebody.
They don't.
But
Have,
I mean, I think he can be replaced. I definitely think he can be replaced.
Coach, the problem is the amount of money that they're going to have to, pay everyone else on that team. That's why they have to let go of Ayton, is because they don't have the money to pay for everyone.
I hear you.
They want to pay him though. They don't think he's worth it.
Right.
I agree. I'm with you, Miss Carey. And sometimes you got to do that. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it'll be this year. And of course, the clock is ticking for your baby. I mean, if he don't get a ring, I mean, it's about to be over. I don't know if he even had one more year in him. He struggled this year, but like I said, I don't know. Yeah, he did. I'm talking about health.
He did, yes.
I'm talking about health wise. It seems like every year he's having issues toward the end of the year, and then I mean that just comes being old. I mean, when you get old, you just start getting beat up like that. I mean, I used to could stub my toe back when I was a young man, like in the weight room, kick it on a bench or something like that, and just keep right on going. Now, when I stub my toe, I'm ready to dial 911. That joke feel like it's about to jam. I mean, I can't breathe. It's hurt me so bad. And when you just start getting old, that just happens to you.
Yeah.
So,
you remember they sat Ayton down during the important game. They're done with him. He's gone. But
that's what I'm telling you.
They're going to have to get like a Rudy Gobert. They're going to have to get somebody solid if they're going to compete.
But that's my point. That's my point right there. I'm not a fan. So when he said they're getting rid of Ayton, I was like, okay, good, because they need to. Because he's overrated to me.
But I think you look at Western teams. We all agree Golden State's up there.
Yep.
Memphis is up there.
Yep.
Phoenix is going to be good, right?
Yep.
They're gonna stick for. They're going to be good,
right?
Utah. You just talked about Gobert. They're going to be good.
I agree. But Jeff, you're making my case for me. That's why the Clippers ain't shown me a damn thing.
I think they're better than Denver, but I think the West is just going to be loaded though. But I still think the Clippers are better than most of the other teams.
Utah is trash, guys. Utah is trash. They don't ever show up.
That's true. They do. It's hard for them to show up in the playoffs. They'll make you believe. They're kind of like Jimmy G. They'll snatch the thing out from under the tablecloth under your table.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, they'll snatch it off, because bottom line is you'll be believing in them, and they ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. Jason said you don't really need a big in the West, and that's really true, because
you need a big on Chris Paul's team.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
But
I'm just saying, if you look at the Lakers, you say, well, they got AD. AD ain't no big. AD be shooting more threes. AD be a doggone point center, bringing the ball down the court and everything.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Jay, on that. I agree. Jason threw the Mavs in the mix.
Yeah, I was about to say Dallas is going to be good too.
Yeah, I don't know about the Clippers. I'm just telling you, I don't. I mean, to me, and I'm like you, Miss Carey. If you'd had this conversation 3 years ago with John Wall, I'd have been all in it. But I ain't seen John Wall do nothing in a minute. And I mean, the name sounds good and all that, but the John Wall I remember was more of a Russell Westbrook type of guy, going to the hole and, doing all that kind of stuff, and not somebody who's going to be out there spot shooting. I mean, like I said, I don't know how he fits in to what they're doing, because they were like, well, he doesn't have to carry the team or anything. All he has to do is just be, a contributor, and all he has to do is just, be able to knock down some shots. I'm like, yep. John Wall knocking down some shots? I'm like, man, no.
Real quick, I know it's 9:00, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on, the Hawks are possibly, doing a big trade. There's a lot of rumors going around with Dejounte Murray for the Spurs. Wanted to get you guys' thoughts if you guys think that's a good trade. I think the latest rumor I heard was DeMille Gallinari and 3 first-round picks for Deontay Murray. I'm not sure how to say his first name, but to the Hawks.
Yeah.
What do you guys think on that?
I love it, especially if we can keep
John Collins.
John Collins, or if we can trade him somewhere else to get another person in there. But Murray's the truth.
Yeah.
I know Coach don't have nothing good to say about the Hawks, so why you even ask him?
I could give less than a damn who they trade, who they bring in. If they buy another T-shirt for that little boy who played point guard for them, who thinks he's all that.
Wow.
I don't give a damn about no doggone man. Please.
What you think, Travis?
Yeah, Travis, hold on, Travis. Let me do this while you think. You go ahead.
No, I think if they can keep John Collins, and it's Danilo Gallinari and 3 first-round picks, that's a steal for the Hawks.
Yeah,
because Murray's really good, and he would play off really good with Young. Like that would be a really good backcourt tandem for years, and both of them are young in basketball age. So that would look good. And then you may be able to still get something out of John Collins. I think you do have to get rid of John Collins and get something for him. I don't see them doing much with John Collins as a centerpiece.
I'm like Richard Hood. Is there any way we can talk about soccer instead of talking about the Hawks?
No, so
I'd love to. I've been wanting to talk about soccer for years.
If we can keep Hunter, Young, I like DeLon Wright, and I can't think of the other dude's name starts with an O. You can trade everybody else. Okay.
I know you're talking about. I can't say his name. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Oh, Kevin Huerter. There's another good piece that they need to keep too. Yeah. I'd love to talk soccer.
Man, I'm so excited talking about the Hawks. I mean, does it not bother y'all that they're not even in the conversation?
They're in our conversation. That's all that matters, Coach, right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're not even a factor.
Who's your team, Coach?
They want those teams like I told you. They want those teams just like I told you about. They're a team. They don't really care about winning. As long as they just like get their portion, as long as they make the playoffs, want to make the playoffs.
Coach, it takes some time. Jeez, who's your team?
How much time does it take?
Apparently 50-ish years.
How many?
50-ish.
Listen, I don't know if you heard mine and Jason's proposal about that. Our thing is if you don't win every 3 years, then every 3 years, if you don't make the playoff for 3 years in a row, your ass got to go.
We made the playoff.
As the owner, you got to sell the team.
We made the playoffs, sir.
I know, but that's my point is that's your mantra. Well, at least we made the playoffs. I mean, nobody cares. If you made the playoffs and then you won and done, nobody care about that. I mean, what is that?
You just said if you don't make the playoffs 3 years in a row, we have. So
I understand that, but I'm saying that barely. But my whole thing is that there are franchises out there, and you have been one of them, who's gone 3 years without making it to the playoffs. I mean, your team should have been sold a long time ago. Give somebody else a try. You know what I'm saying? They need to combine the NBA with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And that way, get a new millionaire to come in there and buy the damn team, a billionaire. Get a billionaire to come in there and buy that damn team, and just have a new outlook on things.
I'm pretty sure the Lakers didn't make it to the playoffs 3 years in a row a few years ago. So.
And you know what? Somebody should have sold that damn team too, because I guarantee you, the fans right now ain't happy with the people that own it. They ain't happy with the Bus family. There ain't nobody happy with Jeannie Bus. Nobody. A lot of people out there want that, and I agree, sell it. But see, the difference between me and y'all is I'm going to tell it like it is. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't give a damn if it's Atlanta. I don't give a damn if it's L.A. Y'all the ones that got all these ties. Oh, no, that's my heart. That's my team. That's my soul. Man, please, get your ass out of here.
Before the show ends, I want to shout out to Serena Williams, who laid it all out. If you didn't watch the match today, that girl was balling. She did lose, but she looks stronger than I've seen her look in many years. And I hope she's not calling it the night or calling it over right here. She lost in the first round.
In the first round of Wimbledon ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
How bad did she lose?
They went 3 sets. They went through a tie break.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't straight sets or whatever and that kind of thing.
No,
So,
no.
I mean, at the end of the day, just and we'll close the show with this. I like when people get out when they need to get out. You know, like Michael Jordan going to the Wizards, that was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen. Just dumb. You know, everybody needs to know when it's that time. And I would rather her, if, you know, like you said, losing, and now she's got that blemish on her record. That, you know, she lost in the first round. Never happened before. Now she did that. And sometimes you just have to be able to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to go ahead. And that she could right now not play another tennis match the rest of her life. Go around speaking and doing stuff like that and make another gazillion dollars. Write a book. I mean, you know, being a commentator on TV, good God, the sky is the limit.
Right.
So I would rather sometimes just see people just sit down and go sit down somewhere than just tarnishing where you just like, yeah, she did. She won a lot, but boy, there at the end, everybody's whooping her ass. I mean, I saw where the 392nd person beat her ass. I mean, you just like, God dang,
Coach,
She's 40.
I agree with you, but I will say you don't know until you know, right?
Yeah.
And until she lost today, she hadn't lost in the first round of Wimbledon before. So you can't like blame her for trying to do Wimbledon again when she hadn't lost yet, right? Even though she still may not be as good now as what she was. At least she's like, I still haven't lost in the first round. Let's see what I can do. Now that she's lost in the first round, maybe we go, okay, it is time to go.
Dude, I'm not blaming her for a damn thing. Go ahead, Miss Carey.
It will have to happen consistent or enough times that she is convinced of it. Right now, she's not in tennis shape, and she came back and played. She was playing some ball today. So tennis, she can't rely on anybody else. It's just her. And so I think that when she feels like she cannot win, she will step away. But she still feels like she can win. She didn't win this match, but she still feels like she can win. I don't think she walks away, but she will. It's coming.
I hate to belabor this. Define she can win. I mean, because anybody can win in the first round. I mean, shit, I can go to Wimbledon and win in the first round.
No, you can't. Coach.
I mean, the bottom line is anybody can win in the first round.
No, Coach.
I mean, is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? So if she, well, wait a minute. If she goes to the next tournament, let's say she goes to the French Open, she wins in the first round, then she gets dusted in the second round. She say, well, I'm still winning. Is that what you want? Dude, I'm talking about just like my Tiger Woods said, I'm coming in here because I think I can win the tournament.
Yeah.
Not that I can make it to day 3. I mean, the only reason I'm playing because I think I can win the whole enchilada.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said she didn't come to make it to the quarterfinals. She came to win, and she didn't. Today she got beat, and that's it.
Okay.
That's the end of the story. It's dinner time, guys.
Yep, I got a kid I got to put to sleep.
I know. All right, folks, we got to get out of here. Hey, we appreciate everybody being there. Richard Hood, Tom. I know I saw Ray Miller, Mr. Peavy. We had a lot of folks on here today. I can't get everybody on here, but guys, we appreciate all you guys for being there. Big J, appreciate you being there. Matt, I'm just looking through all the names. So we got a lot of folks who are here tonight, and we appreciate everybody being here. We'll see y'all next week. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.
Miss Carey.